bottlenecks or the pressures that we face as women. And I don't want us to forget that. Yes, we need the confidence, we need all the things that will allow us to do the things and raise the 13%. And actually, it is something I have agonized over for a long time. And it led to a paper I did some time ago when I asked myself, have we always been like this? Have African women always been like this? So, as Achebe will ask in one of his novels, when did the rain begin to beat us? And this time, it's not just the African women, it's the African men too. It's all of us who are struggling with who we are. How come we don't know who we are? How come we think that by bleaching ourselves, we are beautiful? So, all the people who came with them, Black and Proud and the Black Panthers, and so, what did they achieve? How come in the 21st century, we are killing ourselves this way? How did we end up abdicating even thinking? How did we loathe ourselves so much? How did we end up waiting for the good in us to be pronounced by people who've never liked us anyway? Have you thought about it? You want to look like who? All that bleaching, who do you think you'll end up looking at? Does that person appreciate who you are? So you see, it's not about the person you are trying to please. The point I'm making is that it's about yourself. It's about you. Who are you? What informs your being? Where will the confidence come from if you are mimicking people who don't like you? How did we end up hating ourselves to the extent that we even hate our names? We hate our languages. We think we are embarrassed to say we like the food we grow. How about our traditions? I'm sure you have a lot to tell. So, it brings me to the gist of my presentation. And the point I want to make is that we have come a long way. We have come a long way. If we want to go forward, you must always know where you've come from. Where have we come from? What is our history as Africans, as Ghanaians? Our history did not begin with independence. Our history is not about colonialism. How long did colonialism end in this country? 113 years. How long did slavery end? I mean, how long did it last, rather? Over 400 years. Where is it? Where is it in our consciousness? Where is it in the way we teach our children? Where is it in the way we want to learn? And who says that the women were asleep then? Today we talk about women as if we've just been discovered. That gets on my last nerve. We've always been here. We are not a new creation. We are not a new invention. We didn't just drop from nowhere. And in all these struggles we have gone through as Africans, the women have played their role. But somehow, for no reason, I think, or for no good reason, we like to pretend that, they are not there. And to the extent that even what we think is beautiful about us should not be pronounced by us. And the self-loathing has gotten to the extent where we don't even know how to build each other up. These are things we must learn. Abba, your next workshop. We need many more such workshops. We need to build each other up. But we need to begin to appreciate who we have been. So, what are we going to do to raise the 13 points? The 13% women. How did we end up like this? And I put the blame on many issues. Religion is one of them. It's as if so when you are a Christian woman, then what? Where did that come from? Remember the story of Mary and Martha? Who can tell us the story? When one was busy trying to cook and so on, what did Jesus say? That the one who was studying had chosen the better thing. How often have you heard that in your church? No. You know, you don't hear that. It's about, oh, be submissive. In fact, every wedding I've ever attended, and they quote verse 21, and they leave out 22. They leave the previous verse, the 20 and 21, and they always harness on 22. It's a question of power. Bottom line, it's a question of power. But you make yourself powerless. It is because we make ourselves powerless that we become powerless. That is all. If you decide you will not be powerless, you'll be powerful. No one can take it away from you, and no one will give you power. You must get it for yourself. There are choices we make. I remember there was a young lady talking about somebody who she wanted to go to work, and the husband said no, and I sympathize with that. But it's a choice she has made. It's a choice she has made. Why is she complaining to us?